Jesus. Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It's Ebbie with Ebbie Reviews, and tonight I am trying to get caught up with our Chasing Atlanta Season 3 episode 8, 7, 7, 8. I don't know. I'm trying to get this done and up before the new episode comes out tomorrow. Please forgive me. If I sound a little congested, it's because I am. Allergy season for me has arrived with a vengeance. It is the devil. And if I see Mother Nature, it's on sight because I'm gonna fight her because this is stupid. So, okay, so of course we go to the scenes from the last episode and what happened last week, with the altercation with Oliver Twist and Baby from We Were Born, and their lovely altercation that they had, and him and Zap Zap, and of course now Oliver has come out with a song called Zap. Super cute, but I digress. Bear with me if I start sneezing like a crazy person. I can feel it coming. So we start with Jaylon. I'm gonna give you what I remember, and y'all have already seen the episode, so I'm gonna do the best that I can. Jaylon is sitting with his assistant and one of his good Judies, and he is just saying how he is so grateful and so thankful that how he has progressed in life, and he's gone from literally having nothing to being very successful and being able to afford to bring his friends to Miami, and y'all stay at the Fontainebleau, and you know, all these wonderful things. And he's apparently getting some surgery, and if I'm not mistaken, maybe the assistant is getting surgery too, but I cannot be 150% sure about that. Jaylon is now referring to himself as Lauren Aaron, I think Lauren Aaron is the name. We will be, I guess, calling her by all feminine pronouns at this juncture, because she is presenting as female and is changing her name to Lauren, and she's having surgeries and things of that nature done, which we actually see later on, her going under the knife. I think she was having liposuction and maybe boobs put in. I don't know. They weren't specific. They didn't say what work was being done. We then go to we go back to Oliver, and he is decided to. Okay, well, let me finish with Jay. And I told you I'm gonna be all over the place because I want to be doped up. I really want to take my eyeballs out and dip them in water because they are so dry. But I digress. Y'all, I'm going down. So Jaylon's talking to the assistant, and she was like, you know, I just came out here knowing that you needed help and not knowing that it was going to blossom into all this, and they're very proud of the success, and rightfully so, because clearly they've worked hard to get it. Y'all, I'm in hair hell. All I can look at is the front of my head. You know what? I can't even. It's just not. Y'all see me after my next payday, and we'll take care of all that. Jaylon is having a little white party situation at the hotel. Oliver, We Were Born, shows up. They explain about the altercation that happened between Oliver and Jatwan. And Jaylon was like, I'm so glad I didn't stay at this house because you people are full of drama. Of course, Oliver is being shady in his confessional, talking about Berlin's feet was aggressive because he was a little ashy. Happens to the best of us, but don't even worry about that. I'm sure, because I took a shower, I didn't put no lotion on. I'm sure I'm ashy too. So we then they have that conversation, and you know, everybody seems to be having a good time and all that good stuff. Blah 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 blah. So we then go back to the house Oliver and Jatuan go to the grocery store. Oliver is getting some seafood and fruit and things because he's going to cook a dinner. He's going to do a seafood broil for the people in the house. Now that everybody's kumbaya and on one accord. He has a conversation about Kendra's professionalism and the lack thereof. After this conversation happens, after he and Kendra seem to be on good terms with each other, and they are speaking, they are recording songs together and all this good stuff, but it doesn't stop oh my god, it doesn't stop Oliver still from shading Kendra and with Jatuan. Now at the end of the conversation he said, it just seems like there was the level of unprofessionalism. Am I being crazy? But maybe he should start the conversation out that way. He's like, let me bounce this off of you and you tell me if I am in the wrong. If he had started the conversation, or if we had heard that at the beginning of the conversation and then rather on the tail end, it would have not seemed as shady. Like they were having a kiki about Kendra while they were out at the grocery store behind her back. What Oliver was saying is that she's unprofessional, and he was going to have her perform with him at T.S. Madison's show, but she didn't do her due diligence and properly prepare. So now he had to rearrange his set because the song that they did, she doesn't know the words. When they went to record, she was several hours late. He specifically asked her, what time could you be at the studio, so he could specifically pay for and plan and pay for the studio time around what she said she was available to do, and she was still 2 hours late. So Oliver is like, and then she didn't know the song when she got there. He had to do some things to the song to make it turn out okay. Eventually they got there, but he was saying, I can't trust that she is going to be prepared and ready to perform at this big venue, so I'm just not going to do it. And so then they go back to the house. Oliver, with the assist of Berlin, gets the seafood boil together, and they sit down and break bread, and everybody's kiki and they have a good time, and it seems to be a really nice dinner, even though we're in the confessional shading the dinner, even though y'all ate it all and helped. I don't understand. So they seem to have, I love We the Duo. Damn it, that's not their name. But y'all know who I'm talking about. I love Berlin and Jatuan. However, they seem to, it seems like they have an issue giving people their due and their props about things. Everything, well, I guess it was cute, and it's real nice nasty is the vibe that I get whenever they are speaking on a subject or a topic. And speaking of Jatuan, at one point he was like, he wanted to know what happened to Troy, because Troy was supposed to come to the trip to Miami. And so there is a FaceTime call between the two of them where he's checking on him, and Troy said, well, I just made manager at the store that I work at, so right now I just have to focus on me and my multiple streams of income and all of the coinage that I need to get in my life to do with the things that I want to do. So in this season, whatever y'all doing, y'all gonna have to do it without me. So we then go to Oliver meeting with Funky Dineva, and Oliver explaining the altercation that happened with Jatuan, and about him taking out the taser and threatening him and all that good stuff. And that's when Funky Dineva was like, wait, he did what? He put out the taser. He's like, that's that bullshit. He's like, first of all, and he's like, he coming to the show tonight? He's like, do I need to call somebody? Because we'll stomp him all hole in your ass. What you not finna do? And so Oliver was like, no, we're good. And he's like, are you sure? Are you sure? Because we don't say threats lightly. Because we'll do something to you. And he was like, no. He's like, because you can't pull a taser out on me unless you're ready to use it. I said, okay, well, yeah, pretty much. But so he talks to Dineva about his show, and he had some dancers, and apparently the dancers fell through, and so now he has to revamp the whole show, and fucking Dineva's like, I know you're gonna make it, do what it do, and make it happen, and it's gonna be great. So we then go to it's the night of the show, and shout out to Terrell with my Aya t-shirt on. It was the night of the show, and so they are everybody is there, and they're waiting, and they introduce Oliver. He gets up there and he performs 3 songs. It was a good set. Everybody seemed into it. And once again, this goes back to We the Duo being nice, nasty with their critique of the show. It was like, oh, well, they weren't into the first song, but when he started rapping, it was okay. And then he tore it up and da-da-da-da. Okay, so it feels like you are damning him with faint praise, is what it seems like. You could have genuinely had a good time, but you don't want people to know you had a good time, so you're not going to give them too much because you don't want to look a certain way or feel a certain... I'm not sure how that works with y'all. So Oliver had an excellent set, and then that is pretty much how the episode ended. We did get scenes from the next episode, and I don't know what the fuck is happening in this next episode, because Q is at this party, he's drunk, he grinding on some broad, I'm just gonna leave it at grinding on some broad, because I don't know who the broad was. It looked like it was Berlin, but I'm not sure if it was there, and somebody's flipping out. I want to say it's Jatwan, but I could be very well wrong about, once again, people running their mouth, and Gardini, I think Gardini's at the party, and he's looking crazy in the face, and Oliver is sitting there drinking his drink and sitting on the sofa like, I don't know what the fuck, this ain't got nothing to do with me. So this episode, it seems like where everything jumps off, and I hear Reese's name being called out, and all types of shenanigans and foolishness, and you know Reese is a messy bird. I love her, but she full of mess, both real and manufactured. So we will see. That is all I have for this review. Please, I don't know the name of the episode. I will put it in the comments. Y'all, it's okay. I can barely breathe, so I'm just doing the best that I can. I still got to do 2 Game of Thrones recaps. I'm gonna put them together because, bitch. Okay. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.